Okay, this one is either going to make or break our friendship, so I'm just gonna apologize ahead of time now. Please don't get mad at me. Who's an author that you won't be reading more books from this year? Hi girlies, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to do a 2025 book tag, and I feel like this is perfect because obviously my YouTube channel is very new and you guys can just get to know me a little better. So I have a list of like 15-ish questions. I would love to share more about myself and hopefully resonate with some of you guys in terms of what I'm expecting for this year. I might have some opinions, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there now, trigger warning, that may upset some of you, and I apologize in advance, but I'm speaking my truth, I'm speaking my piece. I have to do it. Before I get started, if you're new here, my name is Allie, and I have a book talk and a bookstagram, which you can follow now that TikTok's back. I plan on posting on there every day, as I have been, and we can still do some YouTube videos and stuff, so now we've got the girlies back on Book Talk, and if you'd like to tag along for the ride, I would appreciate it, and I hope to meet new book girls so that we can discuss, and hopefully some of my controversial opinions aren't so controversial, and maybe you relate just a little bit. Even if one of you relates, then that's a win for me. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. Thank you so much for 150 subs. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Hopefully we can hit 200 subs in no time. If you're already watching the video, you might as well just subscribe, you know what I mean? Without further ado, I'm going to get into my questions for my 2025 book tag. I'm really excited. So question number 1 is, how many books are you planning on reading in 2025? So I'm already on my 3rd book. Sorry, what was the question again? I'm already on my 3rd book of the month, which is crazy for me. I thought I was going to be able to read maybe 1 to 2 books a month, and I'm already on my 3rd one, hoping to finish this one this coming week. I'm like 300 pages in. So I would like to say, I'm hoping maybe I can get to like 25 books this year. What's a book you're likely to reread this year? So it honestly depends on if ACOTAR 6 gets announced. I don't know if she's going to talk about it at all. I know I want to reread the series before the 6th book comes out, and I don't know if that'll be this year, next year. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. What's a priority read on your 2025 TBR? So I would say When the Moon Hatched is definitely a priority read. Harry Potter. I know. It's crazy that I haven't finished the series. I've finished books 1 and 2 in the past, but I would love to finish Harry Potter this year. And I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos, so if you didn't watch that video, you can't get mad at me. Can't get mad at me, but I'm gonna just say it again. I would love to read Throne of Glass. I haven't read Throne of Glass yet. I'm going to. That's a priority read. Okay? At least I'm saying it's a priority. Okay, this one is either going to make or break our friendship, so I'm just gonna apologize ahead of time now. Please don't get mad at me. Who's an author that you won't be reading more books from this year? Rebecca Yarros. Ugh, I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but hear me out. I actually liked the first 4th Wing book. Now, I gave that book like a 3.5 stars. I thought it was above average. It definitely wasn't the best fantasy book I've ever read, but I gave it a chance. I finished it. I liked it. I thought there were things in it that were new. I liked the whole dragon storyline and how she developed that, because I feel like that was definitely a unique take on dragons that I haven't read or watched or seen before in the fantasy world. I read these about a year and a half ago, I'd say. I had to DNF Iron Flame. It was actually so excruciatingly hard for me to finish. I got maybe like 75% of the way through and I had to put it down. My mom was reading the book too. I just told her to tell me what happens in the end. I didn't really care to finish. Personally, I think her writing is pretty... How do I say this in a word that's not going to incite violence? I think it's a little lazy, and I personally found Violet, which is one of my main things in reading a fantasy book, is if I can't resonate or if I find the female main character annoying in the slightest way, it starts to turn the series off just a little bit for me. So Violet was like, she was teetering on annoying in the first book, and then into the second book, I was like, wow. I didn't know it could get worse than this, and it did. It got so much worse. I could go on a whole rant as to why I don't like Iron Flame and why I DNF'd it, but I am not reading Onyx Storm this year. I do not plan on ever reading it, and I am not reading anything that Rebecca Yarros writes from previous to now to the future. I'm sorry, it just doesn't, it's not for me. I really, really didn't like it. My sister and my mom give me crap about it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't, I cannot stand Violet. I feel like a lot of the storyline reminded me too much of things that I've seen or watched before, like Divergent. Also, Xaden just reminds me too much of basically every single book boyfriend. I feel like there wasn't really too much that she as in Rebecca Yarros did to differentiate him from others, because there's so many shadow daddies in this world. So many shadow daddies, but he didn't stick out to me. And neither did Violet. So I'm going to pass on Rebecca Yarros for the year and probably in her entirety. I'm sorry if that pissed you off, but I'm also not. I spoke my truth and I needed to speak my truth. You can't judge me. This is a judgment-free zone. We listen and we don't judge. Say it again. Repeat it after me. We listen and we don't judge. What's something new you want to read? New genres or tropes? Okay. So I kind of talked about this in my last video. I want to try getting into more classics. So I have Pride and Prejudice and Dracula. I really want to finish Pride and Prejudice. I loved the movie. It would be refreshing, I guess, to read something that was written in the 1800s and is so sweet and endearing. So that's definitely something new that I would like to read this year. What's a popular book you want to read? Ooh, I really want to read Game of Thrones. I don't think it's gonna happen this year, but I might try to start the first one. I also have the first Dune book, and I also have the first book of the series, A Court This Cruel and Lovely. So those are three different popular books that I would like to get into this year. My most anticipated 2025 book release. The second book of Quicksilver is coming out this year. I haven't even finished this book yet. I'm gonna be crazy. I'm already feral about Kingfisher. It's actually, like, concerning. A bookish goal for the year. One, I want to be able to finish most of the books that I have here that I haven't read yet before I buy new books. I have a bad habit, I'm sure we all do, of going to the bookstore when we have books in our library that we haven't even touched yet or given a chance. So that's definitely a bookish goal that I have. Another bookish goal that I have is to be consistent about posting on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I have been working really hard at my YouTube and I'm really proud of myself so far, and I just want to make sure I stick to it going throughout the year. So those are some good bookish goals that I have. A series that I want to read this year, Harry Potter, Throne of Glass. Yeah, I think those are the top two that I definitely want to start. I don't think I'm gonna finish them, but I definitely want to start them. Ooh, a book to show adaptation you're excited about this year. I did hear that Quicksilver is becoming a movie, which is really cool. Um, I'm not sure if ACOTAR is still being made into something. I don't think we've seen really any updates about that, but I would love to see that in a TV show, movie adaptation. Light Lark, Light Lark, Light Lark. I would love to see Light Lark into probably movies, maybe series. I'm not sure, to be honest, but the whole thing about making book series into, especially romantasy, into TV adaptations is just like, if they don't get it right, then it's going to really, really put a lot of us off. So that's the only thing, the only reason why I'm like a little nervous about TV adaptations. Bookish things you want to continue in 2025. I am big into annotating recently. Let me just show you my Quicksilver book. I have been pretty adamant about bookmarking things that have to do with the plot and things that have to do with the romance, hence the different colors that I actually really enjoy. So I want to keep up with this. I also have been writing in my reading journal over here and filling out my daily tracker of my reading progress. What to expect from this account? Ooh, I like that question. Definitely weekly YouTube videos. I think that you can also expect controversial opinions out of me. I can be kind of picky about what I'm reading. I could be a little unhinged sometimes, but that's okay. Other than that, just expect a lot of yapping out of me. My boyfriend gets enough of it, so I'm gonna yap a lot. How has your reading taste evolved from last year? I would say my reading taste hasn't changed, but my habits and my goals have changed tremendously, if anything, but I am such a romantasy girl. I can't read anything else or I'll probably fall asleep. And it's so toxic and close-minded of me, but I don't care. Sorry. Booktube creators who inspire you. I can just insert the creators that I watch pretty much often when I try to stem any ideas from, and I actually just love their aesthetic. It makes me feel like I am on FaceTime with them. So these are the girlies that I like to watch on a daily basis. And finally, for my last question for my book tag, something you want to say to anyone wanting to start a bookish account. I think going out of your comfort zone is very helpful. I've never been the type of person to sit down in front of a camera and have like a vlog yap type style of a video uploaded on any of my accounts, but I started to really like it as soon as I broke out of my comfort zone. Do what makes you happy. If you find that posting yapping videos is more fun, then do that. I think that there's so much room for growth in the book talk community, which is why I gravitate towards these social platforms in the form of bookish things. I think that everyone is very welcoming and loves to hear book recommendations and what you think about what you're reading. Be yourself, find your niche, just keep posting. It's not gonna hurt anyone and you're having fun while doing it, so who cares what other people think? I hope that you may have resonated with anything I said today, and if you did, please let me know. I hope that you maybe learned a little more about me as a bookish creator. If you can, leave a thumbs up. That would be really appreciated. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and if you watched all the way through this video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You are hot and sexy and beautiful, and I will see you guys in my next video.